Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. Look at this story. Did you see this? Love it. This particular version of the story comes from the London Times newspaper, from their website. Kevin Costner has been revealed as the celebrity accused of, they're going to say, performing a sex act. You know which one? That one. Yep, old Kev squeezed one off. That's right, according to the story. Yes, he's been revealed as the celebrity accused of performing a sex act while having a massage at a prestigious hotel in Scotland. After a tribunal ruled there was not a strong enough reason to keep his name suppressed. A lot of things that were not being suppressed around here, apparently. The Hollywood star was accused of taking off his towel during the massage at the Old Course Hotel in St. Andrews, Fife, in October 2004, exposing himself and then performing a sex act. An earlier legal ruling had prevented his identity being revealed, but the tribunal chairman, Nicole Hosey, ruled that following widespread newspaper and magazine reports outside Britain, as well as internet blogs which alleged that Costner was the culprit, his name had already fully entered the public domain. This is a very interesting precedent, I might say, because that means all kinds of things that are kept secret can be declared no longer secret because they're on the internet, because everything ends up on the internet eventually. Right, Crystal Gail Mangum? You bet. Kate Faber? You betcha, baby. A lawyer acting for the Daily Mail newspaper had argued that Costner's name had been published in papers including the Sunday Times in Perth, Australia, the National Enquirer, and the Himalaya Times in Nepal. Now, here's the most interesting part. The 51-year-old actor had been on his honeymoon with his new wife in St. Andrews when he went for the massage. On his honeymoon. Hey, Kev, buddy. You didn't have to get married. You got money. You're Kevin Costner. Hello? Why did you get married, Pat? I mean, regardless of whether or not you squeezed one off, why? Why did you get married? You could just continue to do whatever you want like guys do, like you like to do. Come on. You're a guy like the rest of us. Why did you do it? Holy cow, if I'm Kevin Costner, the Kevin Costner, you never get married. You get a vasectomy, and you just go out and bang everything you can until it falls off. That's it. End of story. But that's beside the point. 51-year-old Kevin Costner, on his honeymoon, goes for a massage and is accused of, as they say in the London Times, performing a sex act while getting a massage. As here, the 34-year-old spa worker giving the massage claimed she had been unfairly dismissed after she made a complaint to management about Costner's behavior. But just before her tribunal hearing was due to start, the woman, who cannot be named, here we go again, settled out of court for an undisclosed sum. Do you think this actually happened? Yes, so do I. Just an opinion. Last month, the Scottish masseuse told the tribunal in Dundee that she was, quote, mortified when Costner removed his massage towel before, as they say, engaging in a sex act. She said it was disgusting. And even though he was a Hollywood superstar, I couldn't believe he thought he could get away with something like that. She said, Kevin Costner abused me, and I consider that a criminal act. When I was giving his wife a massage afterwards, I wanted to tell her everything. Seems you already have, dear. Oh, baby. Says here the manager of the hotel had not taken her seriously enough when she complained, she said, and she had not been provided with adequate counseling. Yes, she needed therapy after this. The woman said that she was sacked last August. Costner, whose best-known films include Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Is that one of his best-known films? And The Bodyguard? How about Field of Dreams? Hello? All right. Guess they don't like baseball in England, so they don't count that one. He's understood to be a good friend of the hotel's owners. He has previously denied the claims through his publicist, Paul Block, somebody I've met. I think he's been a guest on the show at some point in time. Speaking from Los Angeles, Mr. Block said, this is a dispute between... He added, I have not even reached Mr. Costner. He's on location shooting, so he knows nothing more about this. Unbelievable. After deliberating for an hour, Mr. Hosey said it was unlikely that Costner was aware of the allegations against him, given the coverage the story has had in the American press and on the Internet. He said it is very significant that his name is widely reported in the world's press. It already is a matter which is in the public domain. He added that he was not convinced there was a pressing social need, convincing enough to allow restrictions to be put in place which prevent Costner from being identified. Well, looks like that horse already left the barn, huh, Kev? Okay. Very nice. So the allegation is, and again we repeat, it's an allegation. And a mouth-wateringly juicy one it is. The allegation is that Kevin Costner pleasured himself while he was getting a massage on his honeymoon. Is it true? Who knows? We like to think it is, but that's just our opinion. But here's my question for you. I speak to you as a man who was once invited to hook up with somebody on their honeymoon. I'm not making this up. Somebody told me she was getting married and was going to be on her honeymoon, in this case in Hawaii, and she wanted me to meet up with her there on her honeymoon. Now, that always leads to the question, why are you getting married? Which is kind of the question I have for Kevin Costner. But nonetheless, for whatever reason, people feel the need to get married, and they feel the need to be able to do whatever they want once they get married, like the rules don't apply to them. And maybe the rules don't apply to you. So think hard, everybody. Think back to that honeymoon of yours, okay? Those of you who are married, and even though I tell you guys not to get married, you've all done it, and many of you done it, and so have I, okay? So there you were, you're on your honeymoon, but you did something. You called an escort service, you went to a strip club, you had somebody, by the way, I haven't done this on a honeymoon, but I've done it, I'll confess, I've done it other times. Ever had somebody check into another hotel room in the same hotel where you are? Honey, I'm just going to take a walk. I'll be back in a little while. I'm just going to walk. Want to take a walk with me? No? Okay, I'll be back in a little while. Bye. Then you head up to the other hotel room. Yeah, okay. Maybe you did that on your honeymoon. Maybe you had a threesome on your honeymoon. But the point is, I'm not talking about stuff you did with your wife, okay? All the swingers can hang up now. Dean, screen out all the swingers. Do not allow any swingers on the air. Because I know that we're going to get that. No. Male or female, you were on your honeymoon. And while you were on your honeymoon, you did something that the person you married doesn't know about today. On your honeymoon. Okay? So we're not talking about bachelor parties, affairs, strip clubs. No. It's on, the operative words, you're like Kevin Costner. You're on your honeymoon. What kind of no good were you up to on your honeymoon that the person you're married to still doesn't know about?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Boy, it's great to talk to you, man. You're like therapy for me.
Thank you.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
97.1.
KLSX Free FM.
Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. All right, you, the caller, you were on your honeymoon. And you did something on your honeymoon that the person you're married to does not know about. Randy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Randy.
All right, check this out, okay? I'm on my honeymoon with my wife in Fiji, and it was a present from her father, so I didn't have to pay for it one bit, okay? Now, she's going to get a massage, right? And I had nothing better to do but just to go down to the bar in the hotel, and there's this number 10, perfect-looking Asian girl. I've never been with an Asian girl in my life, so I was like, I wonder if I could hook up with this girl, right?
And before you get to the story, let me ask you this question. If you were still wondering if you could hook up with a particular kind of girl, why'd you get married?
Well, I kind of was like in love and all that.
Yeah, but you were still wondering who else you could hook up with.
I don't know. I just was shooting from the hip, and I thought it was a good idea at the time. But I'm pretty sure that was a big mistake. Marriage is a freaking crapshoot.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's more than a crapshoot. The odds of winning are like the odds of winning in Vegas when you go there, or the odds of winning the lottery.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I tell you everybody, never get married. It's ridiculous. You just pay out the ass and you don't get anything back in return. You might get laid once a month, if that.
Well, of course, how long have you been a listener, Randy?
I've been a listener for 6 years.
So you knew this before you got married?
Yes, I did.
But you did it anyway?
I guess I broke a few of the rules.
Uh-huh. And now who was right, me or you?
You were right.
Thank you. All right, so you were wondering if you could hook up with an Asian girl. She was a 10, and she was at the bar in Fiji. While your wife, she came on to you while your wife was getting a massage.
Yes.
So what happened?
All right, so we go back to her place, and I take care of business, and I get back in my my wife was like wondering, where I was, and I told her I was just, walking around town, seeing what was going on, and she never suspected a thing.
So you did this where?
This is in Fiji.
No, where? Were you in a room? Were you under the bar? Were you in a broom closet? Where'd you do it?
Well, she was just there visiting her friend, and she said that her friend never showed up. So she was not the bartender. She was at the bar, and she was staying in the hotel. No, she wasn't staying in the hotel. She was visiting the hotel.
But when you had sex with her, I know you were in Fiji. You went back to her place.
Right.
Somewhere off the grounds of the hotel.
That's right.
All right. So your wife was busy getting a massage, and you were busy getting banged.
Oh, definitely, man. It was great.
Really?
And then, even better, after I was done with her, you know, I'll go back to my motel, and I still banged my wife.
And your wife never had any idea this happened?
No idea whatsoever.
Now, didn't that girl come back to the bar try to find you after you nailed her?
No, she said she never hooked up with an American before.
Oh, so you never hooked up with an Asian before, and she never hooked up with an American.
Right. So she was like she was just, you know, thinking it was the best thing since sliced bread. So she never came around again. And we were there for about 2 weeks. And she never found out. Come to fact is, though, we got divorced like 2 years later because I found out that she cheated on me.
Right.
And I just totally told her, I was like, you know what, this is bull. I'm not going to have you cheat on me and be married. This is not right. So I divorced her ass.
But she had no idea that you cheated on her first.
No idea whatsoever.
Randy.
Oh, man, I would love it if I could have a chance to just tell her, hey, guess what? Back in our honeymoon, guess who cheated on who first?
Well, you could tell her that.
I don't know. I don't talk to that bitch whatsoever. When I dumped that bitch, I dumped her. She is completely gone. As far as I'm concerned, she could be dead.
Right. So, when are you planning on getting married again, Randy?
Never again. I'd rather bang as many chicks as possible, have my deal fall off, and I'll be happy for the rest of my life.
And the reason you got married, despite the fact that I told you what a bad idea it was?
I don't know. Everybody expects you're supposed to get married and have kids and all that stuff. And, you know, now that I've been there, done that, it's just not worth it.
So
and I tell everybody, don't get married. It's not worth it.
What a shame. You came, you attended the class here, and you went ahead and ignored my lesson and went and did your own thing, and then you paid for it.
Fortunately, we had no kids.
Yeah, fortunately for you.
Fortunately for me, right? I paying child support out the ass. It was ridiculous.
Did she try to have a kid with you?
No. We found out that she was medically impossible to have kids.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I definitely will. A good one on that one is for. I could have rolled 7.
All right, Randy.
All right, thank you, Tom. Take me out Kobe style.
Here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
When one of your boys becomes a puss, you got to do like an intervention.
I will get all of my friends in a room someday, and we'll just, grab some foam bats, and we'll beat the pussy right out of them.
That's right.
The Tom Leykis Show.
97.1.
KLSX Free FM.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. All right, there you were on your honeymoon. What did you do that the person you married still doesn't know you did? Mark on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Mark.
How are you?
Do you care?
Absolutely not. Tom, I'm so glad I got through. I've been meaning to get through with you for a couple days. Your whole marriage take, I think, is, and I agree with you. I think you're a smart guy, and I know you put a lot of thought into your arguments and your shows. I think you're completely wrong on the marriage thing.
Really? And you've been married for how long?
What's that?
And how long have you been married?
Good point. I'm getting married in August.
So, no wonder you have this attitude.
But let me tell you
pal, let me tell you, pal, I've been married and divorced 4 times.
Yeah.
You have no idea what you're in for. And I guarantee, Mr. Happy Pants, you'll be calling me back in 2, 3, 4 years. Professor, I didn't even though you said I'll do it. Like the last guy who called in.
Tom, hear me out and tell me what you think, because I'm curious of what your answer is to this, because I've thought this through. I thought to myself, you know, you've been married 4 times. It's an analogy. It's a wine drinker's analogy, and I know you like wine. I analogize, or you know what I'm saying, to the fact that when I go for a nice bottle of wine, you know, I don't go for $2 Chuck. You know, you just don't pick any wine. You know, I go for something that satisfies all the needs that I have in a wine if I'm going to spend a couple $100 for it. And that's how I feel a wife is, that if it doesn't encompass...
But you have to understand, everybody who's about to get married in August feels the same way you do.
Well, Tom...
And at least half of them will not stay married.
Well, that's true, and you know why? Because they're constantly...
Because you're smarter than they are. Yes, I know. You made a better choice. You were more thoughtful. You went through a more rigorous screening process. You're the exception to the rule. Yeah, I've heard all the reasons, yes.
But here's my reasons. I'm almost 30. My fiancée is an LA 10. She is awesome.
That doesn't mean a marriage is a good idea or that it's going to last.
Well, the thing is, I waited till I met somebody who's my best friend. We talk about everything. When you talk about your wives and you don't want a woman to talk to and all these things, that's where you're wrong.
But that's what I say. That is what I, pal, that is what I say after having been married. You see? I was once like you.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
But I think...
I was not like this before I got married.
But I've heard your idea of what you want in a woman. It's this arm.
That's what I want after a pal. You see, I'm a product, just like we all are, of my past. I am the sum total of all of my experiences. Okay? You've had less experiences than I have. So trust me when I tell you, when I was about to get married, each time I was like you. I thought I'd met the right person. I thought this was it. I thought this was gonna be the one. Just like you do.
Tom, would you agree that, I mean, especially the more that you hear people call in and just being in the world as long as you have, that the majority of people not only are extremely immature and make insane decisions, but they're just not that intelligent, that they don't take the time. No,
let me tell you the stupidest thing anyone can do is exactly what you're doing now, thinking you're more intelligent than the average person.
No, absolutely not.
Because this has nothing to do with intelligence. So when you start criticizing other people's intelligence, trust me when I tell you, you're going to find out how smart you're not.
It's not about...
you just talked about the other people's unintelligent decisions.
What's that?
You just talked about other people's unintelligent decisions. You just said that.
Unintelligent meaning not that their IQ isn't as high or low as somebody else, that they didn't take the time to research.
Again, many people think they did it. And by the way, all I have is your word on it that you did that. Who knows if you did that?
Oh, I absolutely did. But my point is, and the proof of that point, is that over 50% of the people are getting divorced. So that's my proof that they didn't do it.
Yeah, but the difference is, pal, you could very well be one of them.
Oh, I'm not saying that I'm never going to get divorced. I'm saying I'm getting into marriage. I'm completely excited about it.
Well, because, again, everybody who's 4 months away from getting married is excited about it. 100% of everybody.
I'm excited because we've talked about kids. We've talked about how we want to raise them. We've talked about religion. We've talked about all those
You can talk until you're blue in the face. There's a big difference between talking about something and doing it.
I have a lot of friends that are married, and I listen to them talk about what they can't tell their wife and all these things, like they don't tell their wife. Yeah, there's just different things.
And guess what? You'll be doing the same thing. Because when I'm going to tell you why, okay? You're going to have a bunch of couple friends. Once you get married, they're all going to be couple friends. And one of your male friends is going to start screwing around behind his wife's back.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to go to your wife and tell her. You're going to keep it a secret. Because if you don't, you're going to lose him as a friend.
Yep.
So, all this stuff you're saying to me right now, pal, you don't have the maturity or experience to know what actually happens. It's all wonderful to sit there late at night by candlelight, sipping a glass of wine and playing some Kenny G records and talking about all the things you're going to do. We're going to be honest with each other. We're going to tell each other everything. Yeah, and then when your best friend is having an affair, the same guy who you had to your 4th of July barbecue, same guy you went on vacation with, the four of you went the minute he starts screwing somebody at the office, you are not telling your wife about it. I don't care. You can tell me that you're blue in the face. You're going to tell your wife everything. You're not.
I have a question for you. Any one of the 4 times that you got married, were your ideals of what you wanted in a woman? Because you seem to say what you want in a woman is somebody that you don't want to talk to, that doesn't.
But then again, pal, you didn't hear what I said earlier. You clearly didn't understand what I said to you.
Well, this has actually come up in our relationship.
My opinions today are based on my experience in the past. You have not had the experience I had in the past. Now, what I want today in a woman is different. Because at one time I wanted something else, and when I got it, it was a lot worse than I thought it would be.
You're all 4?
In one way or another.
Well, I don't think that experience is the end-all, be-all.
Oh, yeah, who needs experience? Sure, well, so obviously...
I think it's helpful, but, obviously it isn't helpful in your situation because...
How? Yeah, you know why it's helpful? I'm going to tell you why it's helpful. Because I'm not going to get married again.
Okay.
That's why it's helpful. You see, you don't have the benefit of experience because you're about to get married.
I waited until I was 30 to get married, though.
I don't care how long you waited. I don't care how long you waited. There is no benefit to a man to get married. None. None.
Well, my wife's going to be putting me through medical school. I mean, that's one benefit.
Right, and guess what? Yeah, well, guess what? There's no free lunch. And let me tell you something. When you become a doctor and your marriage doesn't work out, she's going to own half your practice by law.
Together, I'd give it to her. You know, I mean, it just seems like all this negative.
Really? So if you're married for the 4 years, how many years are you in medical school?
It's going to be 4. Yeah.
4 years. Okay. So if you're together for those 4 years, and then you break up, and then you're on your own for the remaining 45 years of your adulthood, you're telling me that half of all the money you earn until you die is reasonable for being together for 4 years?
It's until I die?
Because you will own half of your practice until she dies or until you die.
Well, if the reason why I got the practice had half to do with her, then, you know what I mean? That's the law. That's what happens.
But, pal, first of all, you could have a prenup. But knowing the way you sound, Mr. I know everything and I'm more intelligent than everybody else, I'm sure you don't have one, do you, pal?
Yeah,
You don't have one. Don't start doing the old soft shoe. You do not have a prenup.
I don't need a prenup.
Oh,
like that.
What a maroon.
Here's the problem. I'm in huge debt right now, and she's in even bigger debt from law school. And, we're in debt right now. We don't have anything in the positive. We don't have anything.
That doesn't mean anything. You're going to be a doctor. You're going to make a 6-figure income. You are going to have something.
Well, she's going to make more than me as an attorney.
I don't care.
She's making more than me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but she's only going to be an attorney until she has a baby with you, and then she's not going to go to the office anymore.
She wanted me to stay home. She thought it'd be hot if I was a house dad.
Oh, that'd be great. You're going to do that, Mark?
Whichever one of us is making less money will stay.
Great. So you'll have let me understand. You'll go to medical school, get a medical degree, and then stay home. That's wonderful.
For 3 or 4 years, whichever it's easiest for.
That's great.
Team. That's what I think you're missing. And from hearing you talk about your marriages, you haven't really said a whole lot about it, but it seems like...
Hang on there. Let's get Tim on here. Tim, what do you want to say to Mark?
Don't do it. I got married in August. Don't do it. Think long and hard. Nothing good will come out of it.
It's a
nothing.
Hey, did you ever sit across from your wife and have intelligent conversations? Is she your best friend? Was she your best friend?
She was, but lately it's been going downhill. I'm not getting any. It's not good. It was better before I got married.
That's because you had all the chips back then, Tim. She had to be wonderful for you to marry her.
That's right.
And then once she got what she wanted, you signing the contract, now you're getting the bonus that you get later on.
That's right.
The problem is, it sounds like you guys are marrying women who are out to get whatever they can, and they don't want to work.
See that?
Every woman's out to get. Every woman.
My wife would be, my fiancée, who was soon to be my wife, would be happy working her whole life and not getting married if she didn't meet her best friend. She would. She said it, and she would be good at it.
That's what they always say before you sign the contract, baby. That's what they always say. Don't forget, we're in McDuffie's in Tempe this Friday. Corner of 5th and Ash, a block west of Mill Avenue. The show starts at 3 o'clock Arizona time. We broadcast on all the affiliates on our network. Doors open at 2. For details, call McDuffie's at 480-966-5600.
The Tom Leykis Show.